It's a null hypothesis on two little sample sizes. That's a two-sample t-test. First thing you need to do is break out your t-test statistic formula for the two samples. There it is. So this is the data we need to pull out from our information here. Sample mean group A, sample mean group B, standard error group A, standard error group B, and the sample size. If you have two different sample sizes, you're going to need to use the whatever's smaller when you look up your degrees of freedom. So there's all the data we need. First thing you do is you state the null. The nulls are always basically the same, that there was no change between the groups. And the alternative hypothesis states that, yeah, the first group did do faster than the second group. All right, next step. Use your t-test statistic formula and go ahead and crunch the numbers to get the test statistic. Difference between means divided by the square root of all that stuff gives you a grand total of a negative 3.05. But remember, with the t-test, it always does the absolute value of this. So let's go ahead and figure out what the p-value is of 3.05. Let's go ahead and look it up in the table. Alright, we got the t-table here. We have 6 degrees of freedom. That's one less than the sample size. So there's our row. And then we're looking for where the 305 falls between on this row. Looks like it falls between these two numbers right here. So 3.05 falls between 2.47 and 3.143. So these are going to be our two columns that we're going to look at here. So now we have to go ahead and look at where the probability values from these two columns lie. So it looks like right around here. We're doing a one-tail test because it's less than. So it looks like our p-value is between 0.025 and 0.01. Let's go ahead and find that out on Excel just to double check it. With Excel, pick a cell, any cell, go to the formula bar. You're going to look for t-dist. Make sure you're in statistical, of course. Go to t-dist. And the random variable it's asking for this time is 3.05. Degrees of freedom on this guy is only 6. Tails is 1 because it's a less than or greater than. And there is the p-value of the 3.05. So that does fit with the table. Next thing we have to do is compare it to the critical value. So 0.015, which is between 0.01 and 0.025. I was just given an estimate in there, so it's easier to work with. And that tells us, yeah, the critical p-value is greater than that, so we would reject the null with this one. But let's do it at the other level, the 0.01 alpha level. That is not true, so the critical value is less than the calculated value. For this one, we would not reject the null. So it looks like that the data is significant at the 0.05 level, but it is not significant at the 0.01 level. That's all there is to it.
GZ.